Joey, another point, another clean sheet on the road this afternoon.
That's positive. Start with a positive. I've got to say, first half, and I think I'm always honest, I thought we were just running at the races first half. I thought individually, collectively, miles off it. They did what they did very well. They were very direct, very physical. Went up to the big man, obviously, but I felt as if our shape didn't really work. There was too many crosses coming in the box. Their right back was getting out constantly, and we were getting close. So, we had to change it. And the unfortunate thing is we're picking up a few injuries and I'm having to change and swap around, and there's no consistency with the team. So to get a point in the end is very good, because I thought first half we probably should have maybe gone in a few goals down, which is probably an honest assessment from me. Ross should maybe have scored earlier before that. But yeah, second half we've come out and dominated the game again. I thought our shape worked, went back to a 4-3-3. Obviously changed the personnel around again and took Joe Romanski off and put Strakes back to a more accustomed left back role, and we looked better. We looked more solid. We stopped their fullbacks coming out, and then we looked on the front foot and were creating. And I think it wasn't for a good save off Tom Smith, who I thought was excellent when he went on from the goalkeeper, a distant shot, and then Strakes has hit a lovely one which has just gone by this post here by a yard. We might have taken all 3 points, but it's another point on the board. The unbeaten run keeps going. We have asked questions about the first half performance, not good enough, but finished on a positive and said the second half was very good.
What were the sort of key messages at half times? I think Eastbourne had only like 10 corners in the first half. I don't think they forced a single one in the second half, where Ryan Clark was relatively untroubled.
Intensity. Individually, collectively, shutting people down, stopping crosses, stopping it at source. You're giving away corners because it's coming in the box too often, and that's what was happening. Yeah, the change of shape helped it. The personnel change helped that as well, which will happen on some given days. And credit to them, they did things very well. The way they did it, as I said, they were direct, went up, got the second balls, 1 free kicks, 1 corners. They were bumping us, physically they were bumping us. We weren't competing enough. And I haven't said that very often about our team, but listen, come away, as I said, it's a point again. It's another point on the board. We're right in the mix. I've not even looked at the league table. I'm not interested. I'm more interested in us and our performance levels. And I thought second half was a good positive to finish on, because. But we will touch on our first half. We're not going to let it go, because it wasn't right. It just wasn't right. And for whatever reason, we need to speak about that and discuss it at length. A lot of honesty was said at half time. A lot of raised voices, which I don't do too often. And we had to do something about it, and we did. And in the end, like you say, come away with a point.
High mouth, referee points at the end. Unfortunately, points in our favour, and the player goes down into the penalty box with seconds remaining.
Yeah, you always have a worry, because you don't know when a player goes over in the box, but I saw it live. It's a blatant dive. It's just gone over. Mark McGee's laughing at me and saying, yeah, definitely it's a blatant dive. So, yeah, you obviously your heart is in your mouth, because there's only seconds left in the game, and sometimes referees can give them, but thankfully he got that one right. It'd have been unjust if they took 3 points. I don't think Ryan's had a shot to save second half. So it's important we remember that. Remember how we played in the second half, but also it's vitally important that we learn from why we weren't quite right in the first half. And I'll find out. We'll find out. We'll analyse it like we always do, because it's easy. It's easy to play in the big games, and no disrespect to this game, coming to Eastbourne away. They're fighting for their life still as well, because they could be in the bottom mix. These are the games you have to come in, find results. We found a result, but try and find 3 in a positive, professional manner. And I don't think first half was to the level and to the standard that we've set ourselves.
Made one change at half-time. You also made one going into the game, enforced one. Sol Price came in for Ryan Brown. What did you make of his performance?
He worked ever so hard. Yep, he's not the finished article. He's an honest game lad. He wants to run in behind. He wants to bump people. He'd like to have a lot more goal scoring opportunities, so he needs to be a bit clever with his movement when balls are coming in. But yeah, he's a good acquisition to us. He's a good addition to our squad. But when these lads have only just come in with us, it's difficult to blend in at such a late stage as well. So when you've got the likes of, and let's make no bones about it, we've got some key players on the sideline there that are missing, who have been playing every single week for us. Sean Rigg, Adam Mann, Ryan Brunt, Frankie Artis has come off with a groin. That's massive players for us that are missing this squad, and we're still getting results. So we need to get those bodies back as quick as we possibly can, because the run-in is going to be a tough one. Whatever teams you play, it's going to be a tough one. And as I said before, and I say it every week, twists and turns in this league. Don't know the results. I bet there has been some funny results again today, because that's the nature of the National League South. But our focus and our aims are all about Bath City Football Club and what we're doing. We can't worry about anyone else, can't affect anyone else. And I'll go away and learn and reflect on this performance.
One of the funny results is Woking gone down 1-0 at home to Sly Town this afternoon, and we face Woking next week. Only a replica of our away performance, though, which was one of the best we think of the season so far.
Well, there you go. There's a funny old result for you, isn't it? No pressure on Sly, mid-table team, and they've gone and beaten Woking. Was that at Woking, I think, as well? Yeah. So, listen, that was I often look back on that performance, and that was an excellent performance up there against Woking, a deserved win as well. So, yep, pressure's on them now, I guess, at the top as well. They're trying to go for the championship with Torquay. Torquay, I think, have got a game in hand on them still as well, and they've obviously gone back up top if they've won today.
They did, yeah.
Right, okay. So listen, we don't worry about them. The ones I worry about are the ones in 8th spot. So whoever's at 8th spot, how far and what's the gap on that one? I'm not worried about in the top. I'm worried about finishing the playoffs. And again, I'm not too worried about other people. I'm worried about us and about Bath City, because that's the only ones we can affect. I can affect my players, and we'll affect them this week and make sure we get training right.